I know what time it is. We all know what time it is. That's right. It's time for Syntext Live. I hope everybody's doing okay, and I hope the stream doesn't screw up. It looks like it's screwing up again. I do apologize if the stream screws up, but before I go any further, the reason I jumped in a little early is because I just got this on, and I seriously went, holy flying crap. And not only do we have a $5 super chat from MTF Guard, which make sure I write this down, where he says, may as well knock out your weekly paycheck right now. Love yesterday's episode too. Well, thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoyed it. And we have a holy shit. I wish I had it on a soundboard here to do the whole Garth and Wayne going, we're not worthy, is Chris Dixon with a whole bill in his super chat. Let me write it down before I forget. And he says, haters gonna hate. Great couple stories. Okay, cool. I appreciate that. I'm going to write that down, my little note here, couple stories. Or I don't know if you actually said couple as in they're a couple or a couple of stories, but regardless of that, thank you both very much. Holy crap. You just I'm just sitting here going, wow. And folks, I still have no idea what the hell is going on with the stream. It keeps fluttering. I keep seeing stuff over here. So I'm just going to get along with things. And unfortunately, my camera kind of jumped on me here. All right. Also, not just Chris and Guard in the chat, but everybody else, thank you so much for being here tonight. I very much appreciate it. Let me back away from the microphone a little bit so I don't blow your eardrums out. And first, let's pop a top. And here's to all my fans and everybody out there. As you can read right now, you are all a bunch of bad motherfuckers. Thank you again for being here tonight. All right. I went down the comment section, and I'll tell you what, guys. There was a lot of stuff that was just there for the algorithm. I appreciate that. I do very much. Even a simple, that was good, that was bad, however you want to put it. Even just an emoji helps out a lot. I appreciate that. Yeah, I see that, Guardian. Chug, chug. It's birch beer. I was thinking about grabbing a Yingling out of the fridge, but I figured I might as well, keep sane for tonight. But anyway, starting off this with Galactic Arena. A lot of people said they wanted a series attached to that, folks. It's still the same as before. Until it makes 2,000 views, it does not go into the next file. However, going down everything, I had two that actually broke that. There's a Fight Like Human, and which human clan is that? Yeah, those are both. They broke the limit, and they are now officially in the pile to become series. It really depends on how much folks like them, and it's just what it is. It's just the way I got to run thing. Now, yes, I will be going into series here in a bit, but right now I just want to get through the comments. A few people noticed the Jonah Hex reference there. If you don't know who Jonah Hex is, he's from DC Comics, and he's just a bad motherfucker. When they did a live action version, they kind of screwed it up. They wanted more about the hooker that he was banging just as much as he was on screen. And I'm like, that's not why people went to see it. And he's never had those magic powers either. I don't know what the hell they were doing. But the original character was still just a badass, which is why I use the name. All right, on to the series, Autonomous Humans. There wasn't much in the way of comments I could dig my teeth into on that. However, somebody brought in the fact that to use, after everything that happened, they'd use planet-killing weapons. Yeah, it's the thing about planet-killing weapons is once you blow up the planet, now what do you do with it? Now it's just a rock that's in your way. The whole idea of taking a planet is to make sure you don't destroy all the resources, or if you're using something that scorches the planet like they do on that Warhammer 40K you guys love so much, at least the rock is still there and you can mine the rock. If you blow it up or radiate it so much that you can't use it, what's the point? Which is why a lot of the HFY is talking about actual landings on the planet. And that's one of the things that a lot of science fiction writers and most movie creators don't understand anymore. Even in the Halo series, they talk about glassing planets. You want to control the planet. You want the planet. You just want to clear it out. Now, before I go any further, I just saw something blink up on my side, and it would be, oh, Erica's here. A person who is truly, truly outrageous. And she's dropping a $5 super chat. And she says, hello, and thank you so much. Hope y'all liked my joke. I didn't read it. But yeah, thank you again, Erica, and everybody else here. And I'm going to jump back in so we can get through all these and get on to the meat and potatoes of the stream here. But that series, Fight Like Human, was, and I thank you all. That was a big hit. I don't know if it was the thumbnail. Everybody said the thumbnail was awesome. Folks, it was a simple image search. I do not create the thumbnails. I can't draw to save my nuts. I mean, period. I can't. It's a little bit more than a stick figures as far as I get, because, and I've learned this from people who can draw. You can't perceive things in 3 dimensions. You have to go by literally what you see. You can't, because what you'll end up doing, at least for me, is you'll end up drawing the back, and then, like, if somebody with their arm across, I'll draw the entire body, and then I'll try to draw the arm across that. You want to draw them both at the same time. What you see, just 2 dimensions. I can't get my brain to do that. It is what it is, folks. You folks who can draw, my hat's off to you. I just never had a talent for it. Anyways, is that going to be a series? Again, depends on the views, folks. I get a lot of people asking, is that one's going to be a series? I believe it's in here. Yep, Fight Like Human is actually on the list. Let's see. Talked about those. Again, there wasn't much in the comment section except for you guys hitting the algorithm, which again I appreciate. Now, the next one to hit one was fix the humans. So we fixed the humans. Yeah. Somebody hit the nail on the head. Says, be careful what you wish for. That's pretty much it. But there was another comment, and I love when you guys do these. We should have gave them the big guns, and immediately responded with, no, just give them the ammo. In other words, we'll give you the ammo or the weapons bullets first, and yeah, you can understand how that one's going to go. Somebody else said it was a unique way of looking at things. It's somebody who I've never seen the comments before. And yeah, it's folks, especially with these shorts, and I got to go all the way around. And the one I did, this one's dropping tonight. But I tried to write one first thing this morning. I had to throw it out. It was, wow. It actually broke the laws of physics by sucking and blowing at the same time. It was that bad. I was like 3 pages in. I'm like, nope. This sucks. It was just bad, folks. It was, wow. I would be embarrassed to put something else that bad. Okay. On the story, new crewmen and women wanted. Yeah, somebody brought up the fact that any sort of transport ship would actually be just a giant cargo container with rockets. Yeah. You'd have your crew compartment either in the center or forward in the bow section, and then your engineering would be way in the back just to push, unless it's, well, depending on what type of engine. If you're using standard thrust engines, they're in the back. If you're using a gravimetric engine, it's in the bow of the ship. So, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. But you're right. It would just look like, for lack of a better term, a giant metal dong. That's what it honestly is going to look like. A giant box. Maybe us being humans will bring the front down to a point, but yeah, that's what it would be. And I'm sorry, folks, the jokes write themselves on that, and I'm sure you're probably thinking like 6 different things right now. Somebody brought in, they want more anti-bully stories. If you guys want more anti-bully stories, I'll gladly do those. I touch on those a lot. I personally hate bullies. I've had to deal with them a lot, and it was kind of fun when you actually do punch one right in the nuts and watch them go down. And then you turn to their buddies and you go, so who else wants to go? And they'll immediately back away. It's hilarious. It doesn't much anymore. That's schoolyard shit. I did have one person in the comments who was acting like a troll. He said something about it it was a slush or slop story with AI comments. And Chris, I believe you were the one who responded and let him know, hey, there's no bots here. If they actually watched on X when I do the advertisement, it actually says every single time, no AI, we're better than that. And or just no AI at least. And it's actually just got on everybody's case because I've actually had people from other channels, those AI channels, the ones who just print out the same story on 6 different channels. By the way, you don't believe me, I dare you, I double dare you motherfuckers to go in and see how many tiny alien lovers now are stories that are being popped out right now. I shit you not. I've seen like at least 3 in the past 24 hours. I'm sure there's more. They went from tall alien chick to small alien chick, and it's like 5 different AI channels. And I'm just like, guys, seriously, no wonder everybody hates you. And what's funny is you check to see the views. It's been on for 6 days, and they've got 85 views, and they still just pump them out. They're trying to put me out of business. And all I can say is, bite me. Actually, no, I don't want their mouth anywhere near me. Freaking zombies. But anyway, if he's here, I actually wrote down the first part of his name, so maybe he'll actually show up in the chat. Who knows? Hopefully the chat is actually working this time. But if he shows up, at least we'll know he's not a troll. If he doesn't show up, then he was one. The one that dropped yesterday, Beyond Rational Thinking. A few people got it. It was Lieutenant Dane, as in Lieutenant Dan. Probably one of the only good parts of that whole god-awful movie they had. But just FYI, I despise Forrest Gump as a movie in general. It has its moments, don't get me wrong, but it's just, I personally cannot stand it. Okay, they try to make somebody who is like the ultimate villain into a sympathetic character, and they can kiss the darkest part of my ass on that one. I'm done. However, again, the guy who plays Lieutenant Dan, he's a great actor, and I had no problem using that character. Also, somebody got in the comment section and they understood the hello nurse. In all honesty, the only reason I used that is because I wanted to say the point that the nurses were attractive to humans, but I didn't want to sit there and basically sketch out another species and sit there for like 30 seconds to a minute trying to explain what they look like. If they're attracted to us, you got a basic idea. And yes, I have a feeling, oh, he's in the chat. So I know somebody right now is thinking about fox ears and a bushy tail, along with a nice round butt. Anyways, somebody said, we got a few people looking into the older stuff, which is nice. I saw comments on like Alien Wildlife Sanctuary where he's like, oh, you got a good old bite and an Aussie? Oh, those Xenos are screwed, which is true. And, like I said, I was going to run through the comments. A lot of them were just thumbs up and all that. So I do like to say this. Thank you for helping me in the algorithm. All the thumbs up, even a quick comment is worth it. I very much appreciate it. It helps the channel. And again, here's to everybody, and I hope you're having a great week. I know anybody in the northern area by Buffalo, Michigan, you guys are having it rough over there with all the snow. So let's hope things are doing better. So let's see. Only a few other notes here outside of the comment section. One, I did start up my other channel, not the gaming one. I am having so much problems with that. I almost punched my computer, and I don't need to break a $2,800 piece of equipment. And that's actually, if I miss the graphics card, it's $2,800. If I hit the graphics card, it goes way up. But the other channel it's about history, and I'm doing a series called You're Getting Played, or We're Getting Played. And it's kind of away from this area, but you guys might find part of it interesting. And I'm just going to touch on a little bit here because I just did one about NASA. How is NASA playing us? Well, back in you know what? I had my notes here. Well, shit. Anyway, 1947, when they created NASA, what else were they actually trying to do? They were trying to develop rockets strong enough to get nuclear weapons from point A to point B. You couldn't use a bomber. Bombers get shot down. You can't use a boat. Boats get sunk. You can't drive it across an ocean. So what the hell are you going to do? Well, newest technology that they couldn't stop was the ICBM. But to actually do that, you have to have a rocket that touches the thermosphere before it comes down. Well, guess what? NASA was doing the same thing. All they were doing was testing the damn rockets. They needed to have the budget to do it. And guess what? NASA is just, it sucked up freaking so much money, like freaking lint bun or dust bunnies from behind the couch. It just sucked it all up. All that money went to developing weapons. It had fuck all to do with space. Honestly, I wonder if they actually did land on the moon. There's a lot of debate, and I'm not going to get into debate here because I know people in the comment section get a little crazy on that one. That being said, that was a weapons testing area. They were testing rockets. That's it. There's nothing more about it, but they'll lie straight to your face. Just like the one I'm working on now, hint, hint, about carbon dating. Guess what? This is what makes my job a little bit more difficult because we've always been heard that 65 million years ago, that's when the dinosaurs were around because carbon dating says so. Well, carbon dating depends on the type of soil, the type of weather, whether or not it was buried, whether or not it was put in wet mud, if it was put in solid soil, was it alluvial, was it granite, was it gravel, was it all these different factors play into it that makes it so something can fossilize excessively fast. You don't believe me, and it's going to be in the video. There's a picture of a fossilized human foot inside a modern boot. No kidding. This is from, I think, like 1870 or something. They figured out who it belonged to. Just absolutely freaking crazy. So the whole idea of carbon dating being the end all be all is bullshit. We don't have an actual timeline. So when they say when certain people, I won't mention who, say the earth is only 6,000 years old, they might actually be right because guess what? We don't have an actual timeline because too much of